10-minute total body band work with me, Coach Becca Kawaoka. Hey guys, welcome to my most recent 10-minute workout. You'll need a moderate to heavy resistance tube with handles. Okay, we're going to start with an overhead squat. So go ahead and take whatever band you're using and just wrap it around the hands a couple times. I am using a pretty thick cord today, so if that helps you guys out at all. All right, so we want, when we bring our hands up into a Y position, there to be tension in the band. So pull that band back so it's just behind the back of your head. And here we go into some squats. Arms are straight. We're just keeping tension in the band, so you don't need to pull it apart as you lower down. That's a great variation if you're more comfortable with that. But I try to imagine keeping the band directly over my ponytail line. If you are somebody that doesn't have a ponytail, think where the back of a baseball cap would be. And just kind of try to aim for that. Feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. Toes slightly turned out. And we're doing 20 of these. The overhead squat is great for a lot of things. Obviously leg strength, so maybe some shoulder stability, posture. You might feel how it kind of keeps that chest elevated, having something over the head. One of my favorite ways to start a workout. Call it the old school trainer in me, but 20 overhead squats is a great way to start off this workout. Okay, go ahead and place one foot in the band for an easy band curl, 2 feet in for a little harder of a band curl, and then spread the feet apart for a harder band curl. And we're just going to do 10 curls once you find a good tension for you. It should feel like a 7 out of 10 effort. As you saw in the caption, we're going to do 10 slow tempo. So this is our slow version. Try to breathe with your movement. And then we're going to do 10 a little bit more on the quick side. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, still full range of motion here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. And now we're going to go back to the slower tempo. Take a deep breath. And here we go. I like to do this contrast of slow, controlled to fast with control for a couple reasons. One, because I like to change tempos that I work at because life happens at different tempos. Also because I'm a runner and I feel just that a little touch of tempo, just like my running, helps me when my arms are tired at the end of a race. And here's our tempo. Burn the arms now. Burn, burn, burn. It's 40 curls total, so it should be working. And rest. Very good. You'll notice I stepped the feet in a bit there too, and that's just fine. Okay, place whatever leg you plan to do your split lunges with first. Forward, you'll notice that's kind of how I get the band into position. I'll show you again. And the handles go just behind the shoulders. So again, step into the band, lower down, place the handles on the shoulders, and then kind of make yourself comfortable there. I'll show you from the front. Again, handles at the shoulders. We're going to lower down into a split lunge. So the back heel is elevated. It's a lunge that doesn't travel. The band is going to give us some resistance on the way up, and it's also going to kind of help remind you to kind of keep the chest tall. Now, if you're feeling good, you can raise the handles up a little higher and kind of work the shoulders in an isometric hold there. And that's an option just to make the last 5 harder. So there you go. 10 per side. Let's go to the other side again. Here's how we get into the band. We lower down, place the handles on the shoulders. I'll show you from the side this time so you can see what the joints look like. Okay, shoulders back. And for those of you that are curious what joint stacking means, it just kind of means whatever the top joint is. So here are the shoulders, just kind of aligned on top of the hip. So my chest isn't far forward or far backwards. The knees are kind of, generally speaking, over the ankles. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what your alignment is or posture. Awesome. Okay, bent over rows. So for this one, you do need a really wide stance, just depending on how thick your band is. So we're just going to kind of feel what the right resistance is. We're going to cross the bands there, okay? And I'll show you before we get started to kind of help you through this if you've never done them. Give it a little pull, see if that's enough tension for you. Here's what the posture looks like. Again, I'm hinged at the hips, and I'm squeezing the shoulder blades, okay? Once you find the right tension, I'm going to do 15. Again, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And it's very important that you have the right tension in the band there, so make sure you adjust yourself. Okay, and here's just what it looks like from the front as we continue our set to 15. Again, when you bring your arms all the way down, they will cross there. It doesn't matter what hand's on top. We're going to do another set, so if you're keen to switch, you're able to do that. We're really working the upper back, kind of right where your tank top or sports bra in the back would kind of come together. And so think about squeezing those muscles. Now we're going to do an upright row. And a lot of times these get confused. So you're going to bring your feet in a lot more, grab both handles and pull upright, leading with the elbows. And now we're working more with the deltoids, the upper shoulders. And just kind of squeeze that core and exhale every time you pull that band up. Both of these movements are going to work the shoulder joint, and we're going to do a second set. So we're going to get a good upper body burn, all kind of in the shoulders, but in different areas of the shoulders. So I really, really like the setup because we all like good shoulders. And as somebody who swims a lot, I'm really keen to keep good shoulders. So here we go. Let's keep everything strong and just kind of work on the whole body. That's what this workout's designed. So again, widen the feet out. Let's move just maybe a little bit faster, not without any less control, but you know what you're doing now. So really squeeze the shoulder blades, really pull the elbows back, bringing the handles to the armpits. Avoid flexing your wrists, no motorcycle arms. We don't want to do this with our wrists. We want to work the upper back, work the shoulders. The back side of our body is getting a workout here, the posterior. All right. Now we're going to stand up nice and tall and work those beautiful deltoids, the top muscles on our shoulders. So yeah, it's a fun circuit. I'm really enjoying this band session that I put together today. I love that it works the whole body, that it's quick, that it's functional, and I love using the band. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Definitely should feel a burn in the shoulders after that series of exercises. So yay. All right, this new one is going to be really fun. You're going to have the band on one side. So it's important this is a test. You're going to do a step out side lunge into a shoulder press. So it's important that you step on the band so that you have enough tension when you go to do the press, but that's not impossible. So let's get that set up. Make sure that tension is right for you. Step out into a side lunge, step together, overhead press. Boom. And that's just going to be some finagling for you. So you might need to hit pause and find the right tension on your band. When we do side lunges, put all of your weight in the outside leg, boom, and then keep the inside leg straight to stretch and work those adductors. So lateral movement happening, lots of compound, cross body, single leg goodness happening. So this is like a Becca happy place. And I hope you love it as much as I do. Awesome. Let's go to the other side. Again, very key when we set this up that you're giving yourself the appropriate amount of tension so that it's a good shoulder press. So let's see how that feels. We'll do a little test. Feels a little tight. We'll see. All right. And let's rock out 10 per side. Again, when we come up right here, we want to stand up nice and tall, squeeze our core, because anytime we're working with weight on one side, I think that's just a nice, simple way to work on our deep core stability and our coordination. There's lots of things happening kind of underneath the scenes that doesn't always happen when we have weight evenly spread. So kind of play into that. Use that to give yourself a little extra bonus here. Almost done. This should feel challenging, especially because we've done a lot of shoulder work here, which is one thing the bands are excellent for. All right, awesome. Triceps. So again, we set up the band in a really important way. So you're going to place your back foot on the band, step forward, elbow goes by the temple. And this one, we're going to do 12 of these. So if it feels way too tight or way too loose, you're going to want to stop, hit pause, and readjust that back foot. And we're just trying to bend and straighten the elbow as much as we can. I'll show you on the other side what it looks like from the front, but avoid really letting that elbow drift away from your midline. Nice tall torso here. Again, the setup is important, making sure you have the right amount of tension in the band, and you can pick that. Okay, the elbow goes, oh, that's just a little too tight for me. So I'm gonna readjust. Again, the elbow goes up by the temple. We're gonna do 12 aside. I like to breathe every rep on these and just think really tall thoughts. Again, with the weight being on one side, the core comes into play so that we're not getting sloppy, leaning side to side, kind of like we touched on in the last workout. Yep, just kind of giving that little reminder to myself. Strong core. Working the back of the arms there, the triceps. Okay, the last one we've got is a low to high wood chopper. So again, I keep saying this, the setup is important. 1 foot in the band, you can step on it with both like I am. Okay, and there's going to be slack at the bottom, and that's okay. That'll feel kind of awkward, but there's slack at the bottom. We're going to squat. See, way too tight. So definitely don't be afraid to have some slack. Squat, arms stay straight, and we're going to chop up and across. So we're lifting with the legs, arms stay straight. Love a core chop of all kinds. Med ball, dumbbell, doesn't matter. I always find a way to put a chop in at least 1 out of 2 workouts that I put together. So again, squat, there's slack in the band, you stand tall, the band goes taut, working the core primarily, but the arms and the legs get a mean workout too. So 10 per side, let's hit the other side. Make sure you're set up well, give a little test, make sure that works for you. Maybe need more tension or less tension. Once you find the right amount, just rip out 10 of these. Squat to stand, keep those arms straight, big exhale, squeeze those glutes as you come up and around. We worked all planes of movement today. We worked bottom to top. A good functional 10-minute workout that you're welcome to repeat, although those shoulders will be on fire if you do a second set of this. So good job. Way to get a workout in, you guys. Super proud of you. Thanks for joining me. Fist bump. See you again soon.